We've been on this breaking news all morning for you. Right now at noon, an officer shot. This happened in Fort Lauderdale, and Chopper 6 overseen here, showing us that massive police response in the area.
NBC6 brings you live team coverage. We've got reporters at the scene and the hospital this midday, but we want to start our coverage with NBC6's Lena Saltzbank. She joins us live where everything unfolded. And Lena, we just heard from police officers, the chief of police a few moments ago.
Yes, we did, and I can tell you it's a very chaotic scene outside of the Holiday Inn Express on Southeast 17th Street. Now, police now confirming that one of their own was shot inside of the hotel, and the suspect was also found dead inside one of the rooms. Now, I want to step out of the way where you can see a window of that hotel room. You could actually see some of those bullet holes behind me, and I want to show you what it looked like when we first arrived. Now, police say they responded to this area at around 7:30 this morning when they got a suspicious phone call from someone saying that they had killed someone inside of a hotel room. When officers tried to make entry into the room, they say that shots were fired at police and their officers returned fire. Meanwhile, witnesses inside the hotel were filming the whole thing on their phones. They say they saw dozens upon dozens of officers enter the building with armored vests and weapons. This viewer video shows police preparing for when they go inside. Chopper 6 was also overhead and shows the scale of this investigation. Police closing off much of Southeast 17th Street for this continuous investigation. And I want to go back to witnesses. I want to go back to what they saw and what they heard, the people inside of this hotel. They say they woke up to the sound of gunfire and that the staff at the hotel immediately sprang into action to keep everyone safe.
One of the staff members, there's a lot of people in there. She was like, everybody get into this conference room, get into this conference room. They put us in there, they locked it, turned the lights off. They're like, we don't know what's going on. On the floor above us, there was a window that got shot up. There was bullet holes everywhere. So we were waiting. It was a little scary.
Now, I want to make it clear that police say that there is no threat to the community. They say that 3 of their officers discharged their weapons, so all 3 of them are on paid leave right now, as is common procedure. FDLE will continue this investigation. As for that officer, he is now in the hospital, and that's where you'll find Marissa Bagg with how that officer is doing.
Lena, it's certainly been an active morning here at the hospital where doctors are treating that Fort Lauderdale police officer who was shot at the location over there on 17th Street. We do know that he is in stable condition and thankfully that he is expected to be okay. I do want to show all of you some video from a little earlier this morning. You can see a line of police cars that were parked here outside of the hospital on Southwest 3rd Avenue with their lights flashing. We then saw some motorcycle police officers pulling in, each one of them really going inside of the hospital to check in on their fellow officer and show their support. Fort Lauderdale Police Chief Bill Schultz did just speak a short time ago confirming that his officer has non-life-threatening injuries. He also mentioned that a second officer suffered some minor injuries in this shootout, but that he was not shot. He was not specific about the injuries, but he said that that officer was not shot and that paramedics were able to treat him on the scene. So, of course, at this hour, the focus is that Fort Lauderdale police officer who was shot at that scene. We're waiting to learn how many times he was shot, but the important thing is that he is now in stable condition here at the hospital and expected to be okay. Of course, we will keep everybody updated on any developments throughout the afternoon. We are expecting more information from Fort Lauderdale Police at any time in the coming hours. Reporting live here from Broward Health Medical Center, Marissa Bagg, NBC6 News.
All right, Marissa and Lena, both of you, thank you for bringing us that update.